In today's episode, I am showing you what I recently found at Goodwill shopping with my sister, along with updating you on what to expect on this channel over the next few weeks. And stay tuned till the end because I have some very exciting announcements. My little venture out with my sister and my niece ended up being pretty fruitful. I found some really cool vintage items. We're gonna start with one of my absolute favorites. I cannot believe that I found this beautiful bowl at Goodwill for only $4.99. I don't know why, but I love anything when it's raised up. It just adds a little bit of interest and character, and having things that are different heights really makes the space look interesting. I'm not kidding, $4.99. It has the artist stamp here on the bottom. I still haven't figured out who the artist is on this. I've done some digging online and I haven't found it yet. I once waited 8 years to identify a piece of pottery before I was willing to sell it. Something that I do when I get stumped with my online research is I will take pictures of the pottery and the maker's mark and post them in a Facebook group. There are so many different Facebook groups specifically for certain things. If you're wanting to learn about Japanese ceramics, if you're wanting to learn about Italian ceramics, there are different Facebook groups for almost any topic you want to learn about. If any of you are able to help identify it, put your comments below and I will pin those comments so that everybody can see them. I think this would make the most beautiful soap bowl on a bathroom countertop. I can just imagine this on a beautiful white marble countertop, and instead of having a regular soap bar, you can get one of the balls. I don't know if you've seen the soap balls. I have a couple different ones that I've bought before, so I will link my favorite round ones. I've got a QR code right here. If you scan this, it will take you directly to my Amazon store and you'll see those soaps. The colors on this are they're everything. They're everything. They're my colors, blue and green, and I just love the texture on it too. And I like that it has that kind of scraped design in the top. Such a cool one, and I can't believe I found it for $5. This was the other awesome piece of pottery that I found. This was all at the same Goodwill, by the way, just one stop. And of course it was on a day that I wasn't planning on working and filming because I was just going thrifting with my sister and my niece. But these items were too good, so I had to make a video on them. This one is also artist signed on the bottom, and again, I paid $4.99 for it. I love the minimalist abstract bamboo shoot style of this. It's gonna look so pretty to pop in just a few flowers. This is the kind of situation where I think less is more. I found this set of 3 glass Costa Boda candle holders at Goodwill. They were $3.99 each, and they are Costa Boda signed and numbered on the bottom. And they are in perfect condition. None of them have any chips in the glass. I'm very excited to bring these to our first Friday sale this Friday. You might notice that this is a different color than the one on the screen when I found it. And that is because I already used my favorite wood oil, Conrad's Wood Food Oil, and it darkened it up and really enhanced the rich, dark wood colors of it. It is such a beautiful pillar candle holder. Isn't the design on this great? I love carved wood out of India. To me, this will always be in style and always hold value. I consider it timeless. You cannot go wrong with a botanical design and a nice piece of solid wood. I I already wood oiled this beautiful teak bowl also. I happen to actually have a set of small salad bowls that I thrifted separately that are gonna go great to make this a set. I chipped it. I'm so sad. I had just finished wood oiling it and it was a little bit oily, and when I picked it up, it fell and hit the concrete floors and broke. I'm so sad. And it was even a pedestal. You know I love those. Another thing that I wanted to show you in today's episode is the jewelry that I picked up at a recent flea market. I completely forgot to actually haul the jewelry, and I think I even put text on the screen in the video saying stay tuned till the end for the jewelry haul. And I had already edited most of the video. We left for Australia, and then I realized I never hauled the jewelry. So I'm going to show you the pieces that I picked up today. Here is a closer look at the jewelry that I found that I forgot to haul. Some beautiful Zuni earrings, lapis earrings, adorable toucan post earrings, this beautiful Zuni cross, coral modernist earrings, a beautiful wrap ring, and this stunning 3-piece Danish sterling set. And all of these are going to be coming to our first Friday sale, April 3rd. It launches at 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'm really excited for this sale because I'm letting go of some beautiful artwork that I found in Europe over the last year and a half, 2 years of travel. I'd been saving it up because I really wanted to do a large art sale. So if you are looking for original art, this first Friday sale is one you're not going to want to miss. Let me show you my favorites. Well, I wasn't kidding. I have some really, really good art. This is actually so cool to get to see them all kind of pulled out together. And honestly, this is not even half of the art that I've got coming to First Friday. Many of you will remember me picking these pieces up over the years in Europe. These are all vintage and antique paintings that I have sourced at flea markets. Some of these have been dug out of bins that look like they hadn't been touched in 50 years. They are all originals, many of them signed. Some are on canvas, some are on boards. Many of these originally were found with broken, damaged, or just old frames. If they had a frame that was in good condition, like this one and a few others I'm going to show you, or even this little guy right here, I always kept them in their original frame. But for the most part, most of these had damaged or broken frames. So they will be for sale as is, unmatted, unframed. That way you can frame them in whatever frame you like. I went back and forth for a long time on whether I wanted to frame everything first, and I just came to the conclusion that I think framing is such a personal thing. And I would probably spend a lot of time and money framing these, then they would cost more, and then you might want to change the frame out anyways. This is one of my all-time favorites. Oh, I just love that one so much. I'll pull out a whole nother table full to show you some more options, but there's going to be a really good mix of some portraits, still life, nature scenes, villages, landscapes, seascapes, so many different options here for you. Here are 3 paintings that will come with their original frames. This one is one of my favorites. You've probably seen me put it in quite a few videos recently. I love this piece. This is a hard one to let go of. It is a very, very well done painting. And now for probably the biggest surprise. I'm gonna let my beautiful lady go. This is one of my favorite paintings I've ever found. And I know a part of me will always miss it, but I'm working on letting go right now in my life. And I think it's time for her to find a new beautiful home. I know whoever buys her is gonna cherish her as much as I do. Here are some more art pieces. There are some modernist ones in here as well. Beautiful ones. Some of these I found in Belgium, some of them I found in Paris. This one was painted in 1949, and it's definitely one of my favorite still lifes I've ever found. So many delicious looking fruits in that one. Here's a smaller fruit still life that comes with the original frame. Who remembers this amazing sunflower, kind of Van Gogh inspired painting? I found that one in Italy, along with this other art. So again, this is not all of it. I've got lots more. If you have seen our recent Australia part 1 and part 2 vlog series, you will have seen me pick up this bag. And if you have not seen our Australia episodes, you need to go watch them because they are epic. We had the most amazing time. We found some fantastic vintage and we had some life experiences that honestly changed us and we will never forget. So if you haven't seen those videos, please go watch them. I really think they're going to give you a good glimpse at some of the amazing vintage and amazing excursions that you can do in Australia. Well, when I bought this from Southern Antiques in Sydney, it said that it was an officer's bag and I didn't really look into it yet when I put out the video. And so many of you immediately knew what that was. Some of you have probably been screaming it at me the last minute while I was chatting, but this is actually Scottish. It's a Scottish sporran bag and it would traditionally be worn with a kilt. Now, I'm very disappointed in myself for not knowing this. And the reason why is I'm an Outlander fan and I cannot believe how many times I have probably seen this on Jamie's waist and it didn't even cross my mind that this could be Scottish.
I'll honor my side of the bargain.
Which also makes a lot of sense because there were so many Scottish that went to Australia. I actually think it was Kismet that I found this because our next group trip that we are hosting is in Scotland this April. I am for sure going to be rocking this. I'm not going to be rocking a kilt, but I'm definitely going to be rocking this bag. I want to thank Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. We've been selling on our Squarespace website for over 12 years now. Launching your own website can be intimidating, but the flexible website templates with Squarespace make it so easy. You can instantly have a professionally designed look, and they have different templates for every category. And the template is just the starting place. You can completely customize your look, update your content, and add in any features that best represent your brand. Selling on Squarespace allows you to showcase your products and customize your product listings with your images, videos, reviews, related products, anything that's going to help you make your sales. And the commerce platform makes managing everything from your inventory to your sales and your customers very simple. You can even print your shipping labels directly through your Squarespace site, saving you so much time when you are fulfilling orders. And Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage all of your payments in one place. Onboarding is fast and simple. You can get started with just a few clicks and start receiving your payments right away. And it gives your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, Apple Pay, Afterpay, and even ClearPay in the UK. And these are just a few of the many reasons why we've been using Squarespace for over a decade. Head to squarespace.com to start your free trial today. And when you are ready to launch your own website, head to squarespace.com/leftcoast to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. A huge thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. So with today's episode, I didn't just want to show you what I found shopping with my sister and tell you about the amazing things coming to our sale this Friday. I really wanted to just sit down and talk with you about all the things we kind of have in the works right now, because this is a very exciting and busy time of year for us, and we've got some fun stuff coming your way. So here's a little bit about what you can expect over the next few weeks. First up, this Friday, we are launching our Thriftapalooza thrift vlog. Thriftapalooza is a local Portland event, although they do have it in other locations as well. And Jesse and I got the VIP pass and went for early bird shopping, and we scored.
I think we're about 6 minutes in. We're doing pretty darn good.
By far, the best thrift haul we've ever had at a Thriftapalooza. Every time we go, I swear it just gets better and better. Can't wait to share that episode with you this Friday. So mark your calendars. Thriftapalooza vlog is going to go live in the evening on Friday, April 3rd. We'll probably launch it about an hour after our vintage drop. That way you don't have to choose between the two. And Jesse and I have been hitting the road here in the Pacific Northwest. So expect to see some really fun, awesome thrift hauls from our local Oregon and Washington road trips. And as I mentioned earlier, Australia Part 1 and Part 2 are live on YouTube right now. But Part 3 is our New Zealand experience. And I started getting this vlog ready and I realized that it is a massive project. It is for sure going to be over an hour, possibly even an hour and a half long once I have it all put together. So I need an extra week to get that editing done. So that will be coming out next week, and make sure that you are subscribed to our channel because I don't want you to miss when that video drops. Here is a little glimpse of what's coming up next week in our New Zealand vlog. Obviously, we had the time of our lives, and I'm very proud of this video, and I cannot wait to share it with you soon. I've also got the India vlog in the works. That one's probably gonna need a little bit more time. I'm hoping to get that one live, possibly when we are in Scotland during April. So it's in the works, and it's gonna be worth the wait, I promise. I love photography, and this last year I've really gotten into it and I've really started actually learning. I invested in equipment last year, so now I have the equipment and the camera to be able to take these beautiful photos. I really love sharing my perspective, whether it's through the lens when I'm thrifting or when I'm traveling or through my photography. So this has been a really fun creative outlet for me this last year. And I just got my Australia and New Zealand photos up on my website for sale. They are high resolution, they're $10 each, and you can download them and use them as screensavers on your computers, your phones, or of course print them and frame them if you would like. So the Australia and New Zealand photos are now up on the website, leftcoastrevivals.com. I'm saving up for a new lens that I really want, a macro lens, so that I can take close-up photos. Every one of those photos you buy helps support that passion. So thank you so much for the support. And even if you don't want to buy, I hope you enjoy getting to browse them and take a look at the photos. I've been hanging on to my India photos, so I've shown a few of them in YouTube videos, but I've been hanging on to those because I am actually working on my very first coffee table book ever. So I'm hoping to have that done and launching that with the India vlog here soon. I'm telling you, so many fun things that we're working on right now. Last summer, I hosted the Oregon Coast Women's Retreat, and it was an absolute blast. I know a lot of you have seen that video and you were able to go along with us virtually. To say it was amazing was an understatement. It was one of the most special weeks of my entire year last year, and I have been working very hard ever since to put together an Oregon Coast group trip for 2026 this summer. Unfortunately, I have not been successful. I put a lot of pride in these trips, and it's really, really important to me that the value is there to meet the price point. And unfortunately, even though I quoted through 4 different operators, the price to run the exact same trip went up $1,300 per person. We're talking the same hotels, the same dates, the same drives, the same restaurants, basically the exact same experience. Unfortunately, the US is very expensive to host group trips. So I'm very sad, and I want to let you know that I am not going to be hosting an Oregon group trip this year. I don't feel like the value is there. I feel like the pricing is too high. It is quite literally the same price to host 5 days in Oregon as it is to do 7 days in Italy. And I really want to make sure that I've got your back and I'm getting you the best deals possible. So I'm going to continue working on that. And in the meantime, I do have a backup plan. I'm going to be hosting the first ever Left Coast Vintage Crawl. It is a 1-day event that's going to take place on Friday, July 23rd, and it's going to be awesome. I'm still finalizing all the details, but we will be going to the Rose City Vintage Market. We're going to be doing a private shopping event with PDX Estate Marketplace and so much more. We are going to pack in a full day adventure, and we're going to get to do show and tell on the bus throughout the day in between all of our stops. And it will end with a fabulous dinner together where we can all show off our vintage finds. It's in the works, and I'm going to have announcements on that soon. If you are interested in joining this trip, we will have 50 spots available, and I'm going to have all the details here very soon. But I wanted to at least let you know why I'm not doing the full 5-day Oregon trip this summer. I'm still working on it for next summer. If you're interested in joining this event, you've got to be subscribed to our newsletter. It's a free newsletter. We don't spam you with a bunch of stuff. We send out typically 1 to 2 newsletters each month, and that is where we are first going to launch all of our details on this trip. So stay tuned for more information on it once I have it all the way finalized, but I wanted you to have something to look forward to for this summer. And last but definitely not least, this is the first teaser of the biggest announcement we have ever made. Jesse and I are going for it. We're shooting for the stars. It is a group trip experience that has never been done before, and we are so excited to share more on it. We have been pouring our hearts into this project for the last year, and we are almost there to be able to announce it. We are so close. What I can tell you right now is you are not going to want to miss this. You are going to want to be on this trip because it's going to be of an epic scale, and we are going to be announcing it in the next 2 weeks. So again, you've got to be subscribed to our newsletter if you want to be the very first to know. So that pretty much sums up what we're up to. Expect to see that New Zealand vlog, the India vlog, a lot of local thrifting, and in a few weeks we are going to be making our big exciting announcement and launching the very first group trip for sale for 2027. And then we are headed off to Scotland to host our first group trip of 2026. It's going to be an awesome spring, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you so much. I will see you in our Thriftapalooza episode here this Friday.